What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Journey into Fantasy. As always, I'm Brandon. I'm joined by my co-host Marin, and we will be reviewing Scream 6. We're going to do a non-spoiler talk, a spoiler talk, and we're going to be I'm going to rank the ones I've seen. I don't know if Marin's seen all of them, but let's start it off with the non-spoiler part right now. And
Yes, sir.
I'm going to say straight up, this was a really good film, like super tense, super suspenseful.
Probably one of the best films, if not the best film so far out of 2023.
I would agree. Yes,
You know, I know we're
and like
really pretty. We're still kind of early in 2023, but I this is really good, man. Really one of the top three films.
at the moment, it's my top one.
Yeah, I can see that. You think this is how about out of the franchise, of the Scream franchise?
Probably the second best.
Okay, okay,
Because
but
nothing beats the original one, but like the fifth one was really good too.
yeah, this was really good, bro. I was just blown away by the just the performance out of all these actors, bro. All of these,
I agree.
strong leading actresses. They just gave it their all, and you can tell practical effects in this film was also. I'm glad they didn't use like, they probably just used some CGI for the blood, but like you couldn't tell, like whatever they did with it, they it worked perfectly. It blended in perfectly. I
Like the
love the
one,
little design of the mask, where it's like we finally get a different mask. Technically, this is like a first time for the Scream franchise where the mask is different. You know, it's an old, beat up, kind of worn out mask, which is
yeah,
I think is a nice touch.
you see on the posters, was have a lot of questions that we'll get to in the spoiler talk, but yet it's just. And one thing I wanted to like I noticed like how in the films like just how Ghostface was like the way he was like acting, moving around, fighting and everything was just it
Yeah.
had like a bit of a supernatural feel to it, honestly.
Oh, you think so? Go
You know,
on.
like it just I don't know like how to fully explain it, but it's like compared to what we've seen in the other ones, like watching it in this one was just like, oh what the crap, like he's just a bit supernatural, bit like in a way tactical
The
too.
only thing I would say that was supernatural, just I feel like he was just teleporting everywhere.
That too.
The way he would just get into places, but that's always kind of been a thing with Ghostface.
Yeah. And but one thing I want to mention is the actresses who played Sam Carpenter, Melissa Barrera, and then you had who played her sister, Tara Carpenter, the one and only Jenna Ortega.
You
Those
know,
two are
yeah.
perfect, and like I want to talk about the new cast, or like the new characters that were introduced in Scream 5 that continue on to be in this one.
You know, the
They like
Carpenter last name is it's uh what is that, an Easter egg? Carpenter for
John Carpenter,
yeah, for him. Who is he? Director of the
the
Halloween
the,
movies.
the original Halloween film, I believe.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that little Easter egg with the Carpenter.
Cool. But it's like with the new characters, like even though like we still have the original characters, even though Courtney Cox, Gail Weathers was the only original character to appear in this, as unfortunately Dewey died in the last film, and um, Sydney, the actress who played Sydney, did
She
not
was not.
come back
I'm
due
gonna.
to
Huh? Yeah.
the actress who played Sydney did not come back in this film due to pay dispute. So we see Gail Weathers pretty much like part of the original, like because remember in the Scream films, the original Scream films, there are like the three originals: Sydney, Gail, and Dewey.
Dewey. Poor Dewey.
And so it's, with Sydney not being in this film, like I'm not gonna lie, there was really nothing for her to do if she was in this film. Honestly, like I don't know what she was gonna do if she was in this. And so
I could see that. Yeah. I mean I think how they ended it with the fifth one was a good way to end it with her arc. You know, they were barely even used. That was another complaint with the fifth one. A lot of people have had that they were barely ever the legacy characters were not really like shown a lot. That's a thing with this new I guess trilogy or whatever they're doing with this new franchise, the Scream franchise is they're passing the torch off to these new characters,
pretty
and
much
I
like,
I, I think they did a great job at
I
like
agree with that
choosing these actors.
because you have a bunch of legacy legacy trilogies and all that. With the Star Wars, with Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, um, and like I feel like and I love how like with this film and like with the previous one did was like kind of like make fun of like the toxic fandoms that are like surrounding those films in a way. And like how the last one did so in a perfect way, and how this new one does it. It's just it continues on with that, and like with this film, it follows the tropes of like a requel part two, where like the stakes are high against the legacy characters, and like any of the new characters can go, but at the same time, it's like it does seem to like a little bit kind of follow how like the second Scream film was, as it takes place with them in college, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
see that, man. It's so hard to talk about this movie without getting into spoilers because everything I want to mention is about kind of I guess
I
technically a
know.
spoiler,
All right.
but if you're really into I would say the slasher movies, like you're gonna love this. Like if you're into like slasher movies and especially the Scream, which is a big name in the slasher franchise, I think, in my opinion, like this, out of all the remakes they're doing of these slasher films with like Halloween and Chainsaw, what we got last year in February, and what else has been remade so far? I think those are the only two that come to mind. But they're supposedly doing a Jason one. I think Scream is
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser. That's right. But Scream so far has like been the only franchise to actually keep it up and keep I say keep the audience interested in the fans, keep coming back. Like this is a sixth film, and they're also like keeping it all canon. Unlike the Halloween films, there are like 20 of them, but like
Right.
only three of them are canon or two of them are canon. And the Chainsaw, they just keep remaking this shit. But overall, Scream, like I'm really impressed with how Scream how far it's came. So like this is I am not disappointed with this entry into the franchise. Did a really great job for sure. And I'm not worried at all if they want to keep doing it. Like when they make the Scream 7, I'm gonna be there watching it day one because this franchise is going strong in my opinion. I just I because it knows what it is and they play into those strengths. It's not trying to be something it's not.
Yeah.
It plays
It's
homage
aware.
to the old ones too. To the originals. My bad.
Like with the Scream films, they are self-aware because they're like calling out the tropes, making fun of the tropes within a slasher films, but yet they're doing it in a way so it's like a bit of like a comedy type. Like the original three felt like a little bit comedies at that point when it does that, but like with the new ones, there's just it's just what I love about this one and the previous one is like how just suspenseful it is, how tense it is compared to the other ones. That it's like, oh shoot, kind of like on the edge of the seat. It's like, okay, who's going to get stabbed? Who's gonna get sliced? And like, yeah, and like with this film too, it ties in perfectly with the previous one, including Scream 4, as we see the return of the character Kirby Reed come back from it. And there were a bunch of theories on if she lived or if she died from Scream 4. So it was great to see her character once again. And she played a major part in the story that worked and connected very well. And of course, we see the return of Courtney Cox, Gail Weathers, which is pretty much going back to her old ways if you've seen the original ones, but still, she did great in the film. She could have been given a little bit more, but it was still great to see her again. And then of course, the new cast, the new characters, the ones from the previous film, just they're standouts, and I feel like it is like good to pass the torch down to them, if you get what I mean, because they're
Yeah,
they're good to come up to the plate and play
yeah,
ball.
I see that. I can see that.
So overall, in my opinion, Scream Six is a perfect way to continue the franchise. I feel if they want to end it there, they can, but at the same time, I want to see more within the Scream franchise. But I don't know how much they can do, to be honest, because it's getting to the point where it's like, oh gosh, these poor people being terrorized by ghosts, by all these crazed lunatics dressing up as Ghostface to haunt them, to fuck with them, pretty much.
Do you think we're gonna get another one?
I won't be surprised, and if we do get another one, I do kind of have high hopes for it because of this film and the previous film.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So you want to
and
get it? I guess you get into spoilers now, huh?
yep, yep. Now it's time for the spoiler talk, where we're gonna get into some spoilers and everything. So as it is in the film, Billy Loomis is pretty much appearing as hallucinations to his daughter, Sam
Yeah.
Carpenter, and it's kind of funny. They have the actor dress up how he was when he got murdered in the first film, but yeah, it is okay, you can tell he definitely aged.
Oh, Billy Loomis.
Billy Loomis.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
kind of that was kind of funny to me. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, he definitely aged. But I'm not gonna lie, the actress who plays Sam Carpenter, in the first, in the previous films, it was like, oh, he's okay, but yet in this film, it's like, okay, now we're talking. She stole the show. She definitely stepped up,
Oh, you think so? Yeah, for
I
sure,
think,
bro. I really liked her performance. She plays the character really well, really, really well.
especially in the end, the final showdown in the end,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, holy shit. That's kind of my reaction. And then, of course, Jenna Ortega playing the younger sister. Jenna Ortega has been on a roll pretty much. And she's been well known and up there lately due to Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
So
I haven't seen that one, but I heard a lot of good things about it.
same. She definitely has a bright future ahead of her, pretty much. Then the other two, I forgot their names, but yet pretty much Randy's the niece and nephew, Chad and
Gail
no, Gail is the
or
Mindy,
what's her name?
Chad and Mindy.
Mindy?
No,
No,
the
Mindy's the
four,
girl
four,
from. Is it Mindy the girl that died?
the twins. They're the twins.
Yeah, but isn't
Four.
who was the girl that got killed, or was it one of the Ghostface people?
Oh, so in the film there are, of course, but in the film there are three killers. Spoilers on who it is, but it turns out they're Ritzy's from Ritzy from the previous film, the killer from the previous film. It is his family, his two younger siblings, and his dad, which that family is batshit crazy. So, so it's they're wanting revenge for it. So it's kind of watching the film. It's I feel like you can kind of guess what killer is who, but because the tactical stuff that we kind of see in the convenience store, I feel like you can easily tell that's from the dad because he was a cop. He is a cop. and then you have like the younger sister and the younger brother. What's the younger brother who's the killer? Hey, you remember in Avatar Spider in Avatar 2? That's him,
The younger brother that's the killer is
the
Spider from
nerdy guy.
Avatar.
Yes.
Isn't that guy like wait, how old is that kid?
Well, Avatar was filmed like took like 4 years, like took 4 years filming pretty much.
Wow, he grew up fast. I don't know how
Jack
they're gonna do it for the
Champion.
next one.
Jack Champion. That's his name. He's 18 now. He's
18.
Spider, and it's crazy because like seeing him like of course Avatar took many years to film and
Yeah.
everything due to like the giant amount of special effects that it used. So it took many years to edit everything together. So it's like he doesn't look too. So he's pretty young in that, and then like in here, it's like he looks older, and like you didn't know what's him, and I didn't know what's him until like looking up the cast. It's like
Yeah, I'm looking up a picture of him now. I guess I can see it in the face. Dang, how long did it take for Avatar 2 to film?
a while.
He was in Avengers Endgame?
Yeah, do you
Huh.
remember the kid who Paul Rudd in the beginning was like, "Hey, what the hell happened here?"
Yeah,
That was the kid
in the bicycle. Okay.
on the bicycle.
Huh.
So
Well, that kid's going places now, and it all started from a bike.
right.
That's crazy, bro. Anyways, back to the spoilers. So, what were you going? Well, before we left off, what were we saying?
Talking about the killers, like how it was pretty obvious which one was the tactical ghost face.
Yeah.
You had like the other two, and they were just fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. That family is crazy.
But I want to mention this. It was pretty predictable that they were his family, like they were related to him in a way. At least the sister and the father. Like the younger brother, he was kind of like unknown throughout the film. Like he didn't reveal much about himself.
Yeah.
But like with the younger sister, because he was like, "Oh, I have a dead brother, and then my dad's a cop, and we have like, and the dad has a dead son." So it's like, I don't know. You put the puzzles together. It's like Ritzy is the brother.
But the brother just came out of nowhere, huh?
In a way, yes, but it's like I don't know. I love how like Mindy was like accusing him, like, no, stay back, no, stay back.
Yeah.
You're number one on my suspect list.
I was thinking
And
like,
she was right the
okay,
whole time.
when I was seeing, I was like, okay, maybe she's being a little too harsh to him. Cause I don't know. I
Really
felt
does
that's how I
the
felt.
point.
Yeah, I get that was the point, but I was like, okay, like, and that's why I was like, no, there's no way he's a killer. They're being way too harsh on him. It's like too predictable.
Yeah,
But what I didn't see the him being related to the police officer and Mindy, or what's the girl's name? The one that got killed.
okay. The killer, the
The
female
killer.
younger sister. Her name was Quinn.
Gwen. Yes. Gwen. Poor Gwen.
Quinn, not Gwen.
Or Quinn. Yeah, anyways.
Like Harley Quinn.
Did you okay, yeah. Did you think she died though when I thought she was dead. Well,
Uh,
then again, because they usually show kills like to be more graphic and stuff, and
they didn't really show the kill on screen.
yeah.
So, like, if they showed it on screen, then it's like, oh, yeah, they dead. But yeah, they're not. But yeah, it didn't really show the death on screen in a way.
Mm-mm.
So, but like, it was kind of obvious there was going to be more than one ghost face, I would say. But like, there's one scene I want to talk about that was like just
Go ahead.
super suspenseful. Was in the subway scene when it was
Oh yeah,
Mindy,
there's like
well,
50 people dressed.
both parts in the subway scenes because like the group they get split up. Mindy
Yeah.
and Ethan, who was the nerdy kid that is the Ghostface killer, are stuck in one train while the rest of the group is stuck on the other. So it's thus how it's switching between back and forth, like with a bunch of Ghostface masks on the subway because it's Halloween, pretty much, was just done like perfectly because there's a bunch of tense moments, bunch of just suspenseful moments. It's like, okay, which one's actually Ghostface? Which one's actually Ghostface?
Who's your theory on who Ghostface? I mean, I was there with you. Who is the theory for you throughout the movie?
The detective.
Detective, yeah,
When
yeah.
Quinn, I felt Quinn was involved somehow because, like I mentioned, them saying that, oh, I have a brother that died. It's like, that's definitely Ritzy.
For
um,
me, it was I was thinking the boyfriend that Sam had, Samantha. I was thinking
like
like,
I was
are they doing
thinking
the
he,
boyfriend again for like
yeah, I
the
didn't want
requel?
it. I didn't want it to be the boyfriend because, like, we saw that in the previous film. We seen that in the
Saw that in
original film.
Scream
So,
5.
yeah, the previous film.
That's
So it was
crazy,
like
man.
they
You
better
know,
not again.
little news for you guys is the boyfriend is played by the same guy that's in She-Hulk.
Pug and She-Hulk.
Hug.
I think
That's
right.
right.
Pug.
Yes, sir.
Oh, those that don't know, also he was in Arrow. He was in Arrow season 5 as the villain Prometheus. Adrian
Prometheus.
says and like
Josh Segara.
Josh
Yeah,
Segura.
Josh Segara.
He did really good as a villain in that season. So like kind of like watching this film was like, oh
I
god,
remember
please
we were sitting,
be the villain again.
we were sitting down in the movie theater, and Brandon was like, "Hey, he looks just like the guy from She-Hulk." I was like, "I think that is the guy from She-Hulk."
Because I know we went to watch it with a friend, Gus. He's been on this
Yeah,
podcast before. And, like I remember I turned to like him and go, isn't that the guy from Arrow? I know Gus wouldn't remember Seahold much. And then he was like, oh no, some other random project that after looking him up after the movie, he wasn't even in. So
he was in a movie
that
called Trainwreck, too. Yeah, did you see that one or no?
Trainwreck?
Yeah,
I guess he was. I don't remember him in that one.
says he was, but yeah, that's he was. He did pretty good, man.
Yeah, he
He
did
kind of plays this. He plays a little bit of the same character as he does in She-Hulk.
just
You know,
without being a
that
lawyer.
guy. Yeah, I don't know how we. I didn't see Arrow much, so I don't know how he acted in Arrow, but
He was
yeah.
good in there. Like I'm super critical about the CW DC stuff, but he was really good in Arrow. He was really good.
Hmm.
Bit too OP, but he like acting wise did good. But I didn't like trust him because never trust a boyfriend. That's really pretty much number one in these types of films, if you ask
Yeah,
me. But at the same time, it's like I don't think it's him, but I don't trust him.
yeah.
Pretty obvious that it wasn't the core four, pretty much involving Sam, Tara, Mindy, and
The core four.
Chad. And then you have
Okay. Huh?
then you have then you have like the new characters that were in the group. Um, Ethan, the nerdy kid that was
Yeah.
going to be the killer, and then you have of course Quinn that was revealed to be the killer too, and then you have Mindy's girlfriend Anika.
Do you Mindy's
What?
girlfriend Anika?
Yes,
That was kind of a sad death, but
that was a pretty sad death.
okay. I want to get into the death. So what was your favorite death of the movie? Favorite kill?
Um, are we talking about the deaths of the Ghostface 2, or just
Just
any
in
death
general,
in
in the
general?
movie.
Or okay,
Any death in general in the movie.
hmm.
In this movie.
Probably when he in the beginning when the
The first
Ghostface
one?
killed in the beginning when the Ghostface killed not when the kids were impersonating Ghostface and killed the
Okay. When he killed
um
the kids?
when he killed the kid, like when he
When
killed
he killed
Flash
Flash?
Thompson, when he killed Flash Thompson, yeah, maybe that was
Oh,
one
not
thing.
Flash. Yeah,
That
that
was
was
one
pretty.
that kind of stood out. Yet my favorite death in general, though, probably when Sam killed the detective guy, the cop,
Oh, at the end.
because it was like, ooh, Caesar's went crazy. Dressed
Yeah.
as Ghostface. It's like, I'll be what you want me to be. He's just stab
Trying to think
him
about the
like
kills.
crazy. Then it's like, nah, you mess with my family.
I would say for me, the best death or the one that sticks out the most for me was definitely the window one. Oh, what's her name? The Asian chick, the girlfriend,
And
Anika.
I believe, yes, Anika.
Her death was the one that I was so mad too because she could have made it if she would have just
She
crawled a
could
little
have made
faster.
it.
But I also get it because she was stabbed in the gut and like she was getting split open.
But yet,
Like
I don't
even if
know. She just stood there,
she
was
was
just like,
scared, but like also,
I think it's
oh
like,
man,
ooh. But like, as it goes, right, it's shaking it. She could have just prod her along with the ladder, but just, that was her own fault right there, honestly. that
oh, but also when she
was
just
her own.
how she falls, how she just falls and just hits her head, and we get to see like the head just being split open.
That was just very brutal. I feel bad for Mindy.
Oh, the okay, yeah, I
Like
feel bad
one,
for Anika.
that too. Like I don't know. I just feel bad for Mindy. It's like, since you got a girlfriend, you might have her happy ending. You're fine.
Nope, nope. I mean, at least she's alive.
Yeah. And like one scene though, I want to talk about was when Ghostface is in Gail's apartment.
Yeah,
Like that whole scene was like Gail was like, nah, you're not gonna with me. Even though Ghostface did kill her boyfriend, was she didn't seem to be too. She didn't seem to like care about that he was dead.
yeah. Also was a funny thing was when they were talking on the phone and she said, "Can you hold for a minute?" That made
Like,
me
like,
laugh.
what? And then
Yeah,
like
and
Gar,
Ghostface is like, "Wait, what?"
and then like kind of like calls back the number to like see hear the phone ring.
Yeah, she star 69. That was pretty smart.
Yeah, like I. And then like we know what happens to Gil in the end. He doesn't die, thankfully, but he gets critically injured. And I kind of
Yeah,
wish that it had like something else of her at the end of it.
like if they showed her after, like in the hospital
Yeah.
at least.
Or like maybe she went with Mindy to go to the crime scene, pretty much. Because remember, Mindy was in the hospital too after the subway scene.
Yeah.
Then maybe she went with Mindy to go visit the rest of the group.
Uh,
One thing, go
yeah.
ahead.
How
Go
many
ahead.
kills are in this movie, by the way?
I didn't keep count. Um, there was like the two guys in the Samuel Weaving's character in the beginning, the two college kids. Well, one of them was off screen though. The kid that was in the fridge, that was off screen. Do we get to
Okay.
do we get to count that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
I was gonna say Chad, but he didn't die.
no, that was
I
one thing
thought
I
he
want
was
to
dead.
mention.
I thought he was
Yeah, like
dead.
he literally gets stabbed multiple times. Like they're literally like the two Ghostface are literally holding him down and just stabbing him,
They even
and
said,
yet he
"I."
lives.
Yeah, he lives. Core 4, baby. I guess.
Ow! You got 9 lives,
Core 4, baby. Core 4.
but like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, I feel like they're kind of getting cold feet to be like,
Yeah.
oh, this character isn't dead, and like, oh, this character's dead. Oh, this character isn't dead.
Yeah,
Like,
because in the original ones, they killed some of the main characters. I don't really think they killed any of the core 4 yet. I don't think they're going to.
yeah, like we see like it pretty much if it's a new character,
Yeah.
they're dead. They're dead.
Yeah, I see
I
that,
thought it wasn't the original, but like with really, because the original had the three main characters: Sydney, Gale, and Dewey.
Yep.
And then if like a new character was introduced, they're obviously dead or they're a killer. So with I didn't like really think they were gonna like kill. I figured one of the twins between Sad and Mindy. I honestly figured one of them was gonna die.
Which one did you want to die? If you could say.
Either, honestly.
No. No. Okay.
But I
I
kind
see
of
what you mean.
figured because we saw them like get stabbed in
Yeah.
the
Well,
fifth film, and yet they survived, and then we see
you
them
also
get
remember
stabbed.
we saw Jenna Ortega get stabbed in literally in the first scene of the first or the second one or the what is it
Yeah,
4, 5?
five, yeah. So he gets
Yeah.
stabbed multiple times. Like she gets stabbed like crazy, and yes, he survived. But one thing I noticed with these films, like the previous two films, is that they would be stabbed in the side and everything in like the final fight, and then by the end of the movie, they're just walking it off in a way. Like, yeah, we're fine. We've been stabbed, but we're fine.
I mean
As
that's
like
most kind of movies.
as their friends are loaded into the
Oof.
ambulance, they're just walking it off.
Walking it off, baby. You gotta walk it off.
But yeah, it is what it is. They're still fun
For
film.
sure, man. Fun film.
So
Is this the first time they do 3 killers in the Scream movie?
actually, yes. Well, fun fact: in the second film, yeah, what's the second film? One of the original plans was for it to have three killers.
Yeah.
You seen the second film or no?
That's the one with
Mm,
Shaggy. Like, there's
no,
a theory. Because
that's
I
the
know
one.
Shaggy died like in the first one, but I know wasn't there like a theory where he was supposed to like not be dead.
Yeah, well, we'll go into the theory in a second, but like the second film is the one where they're in the college.
Is the second one with she finds out she has a brother?
No, that's the third one.
Then no, I don't remember the second one.
Okay, so in the second one, like there were supposed to be three killers, but the script got leaked online, and so
Oh, so that's
we're
why they didn't do it.
killers. Yeah, but fun fact though, with the third film, one of the original plans was that it turns out Matthew Lillard, Shaggy, his
Yeah.
character actually lived, so he is in prison and orchestrates a lot of like these killings to happen on high school students. But due to the events of Columbine happening, the plans got
Oh,
to her half brother. But Matthew Lillard still got paid because he signed to do that film. But even though they didn't
oh,
go,
so he got paid for it, but it just
he
never.
still got paid. Good for him though, getting that bag without doing no work.
Yeah.
And one thing about the third film too is that he was well, not him, but like there was originally supposed to be two killers.
In the
Roman
third
Bridger.
one, or in the which one are you talking about?
In the third one, there were supposed to be two killers because remember in Scream
Yeah.
6 they mentioned, oh, there's only one killer. Thank you for being original, something like that. Or I thought he can do it on his own, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It like the film literally sets up two killers, and like has one of the characters being suspicious that was supposed to be the killer, one of the killers, but like they kind of like edited that stuff out, edited like I guess the reveal of a second killer out and everything. Don't know why, but like the director Wes Craven was like, oh yeah, there's two killers, but we decided to like keep that. This one character was supposed to be a killer, but we decided to like keep it a mystery for the audience to see, to figure out for themselves, to like think, okay, is he actually a killer? Is he not? Who knows? which
I don't remember. I can't remember. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I wasn't really a big fan of the third film because, like, my thought with that is that it sets up, for the two killers, it sets up for more, but yet it doesn't like. It's like they kind of got cold feet and saying some stuff and like cut out a lot of stuff. Like that is a film that needs like an extended cut or like a director's cut. One thing that was funny about this film, the new film, Scream 6, also was like they're talking about like this is the TV that killed Stu, Matthew Lillard's character, and Mandy goes, if he's actually dead, pretty much hinting to the theory that oh, he survived. And I guess it's a theory in the, because remember they're like the stab films within the Scream franchise that are pretty much made based on the killings that actually happened. So seems to be like a theory in those films as it is a theory in real life for us that, oh no, Stu could possibly be alive. So that was a pretty interesting nod right there, I would say.
I didn't know any of that stuff.
Oh.
Of the Kirby shit. There wasn't also a theory that it wasn't confirmed that Kirby was like alive at all.
Yeah, there was a theory that Kirby was not dead.
Or not dead. Yeah, my bad. She
Like-
was like alive. I saw a thing like on YouTube where if you pause so like in Screams 5 when Huey's watching. I'm gonna call him Huey. I know his name's not Huey in the movie, but I know him from The Boys. Where he's watching like a dead meat video on YouTube, and you can see like a little clip on the side saying interview with Kirby,
Yeah, I
survivor
heard
of this.
about that.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember like,
What was your opinion on her portrayal of the character again, like reviving the character? How do you think she?
It was great, and I like the theory. I like how the theory ended up being true because like
Yeah.
like I mentioned, I watched all of the Scream films for the first time, like just this week.
By himself in his room.
I nearly sit myself in fright.
Nah, they're not that scary.
No, but it's like I like watching them all, and I remember like supposed to be death scene of Kirby. You don't like she gets stabbed and like she falls to the ground, like she's like kind of like groaning in pain, and then it like cuts away, and you don't really see her again. So it's like you don't see her lifeless body. So that proved that like adds to the theory. I feel like that added to the theory that, oh, she lived.
We also we saw more of a love connection with Chad and Jenna Ortega's character in this one too, which wasn't really explored in the last one.
Again, the last one, Chad had a girlfriend, and another teenager was wanting to get with Jenna Ortega's character. Apparently,
what was your well? How do you think their dynamic felt throughout the movie? You think they're gonna keep? You think they're gonna keep it going?
I feel like they might be on and off, like how Gil and Dewey were in each film. I feel like that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I won't be
Which
surprised.
I didn't know they were actually married in real life until you told me.
Yeah, so David Arquette and Courtney Cox were married at one point.
But I say Jenna Ortega.
Huh?
No, cause I thought you said Jenna Ortega and Huey or Dewey.
No, Courtney Cox.
Yeah. You think they should have killed her off?
People would have been mad.
Like, you think so?
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, because with Scream 5, like how they killed Dewey off. Like if you've seen Scream 5, right or no?
Yeah. I saw they killed him on the hospital after the elevator.
He's in the like he goes to the elevator. He's like, "Wait, I gotta shoot him in the head," and like he just goes out of the elevator. So it's like, no, don't. Why did they had it like? It's like they just like had it where like he was fighting Ghostface before that happened. Because in the beginning, like before that, he was fighting Ghostface. Like Ghostface killed him right there. I feel like that would have been a little bit better, but he was like, no, I gotta shoot him in the head, and like leaves them in the elevator to go kill him, and that's how he died. So it's like
also if
it's easily preventable if he didn't just get out of the elevator to do that.
You remember in Scream 5, they said that they were saying it was like the little girl, or like not the little girl, but the girlfriend that killed Dewey, and you can see the size difference. I remember that, like the size difference, because the killer that killed Dewey was like taller than Dewey, or at least the same height as the deputy Dewey.
Uh-huh.
But at the end, where they find out is that the girlfriend and Huey
Yeah.
from the boys, she was saying, "Oh, I'm the one that killed the deputy," and she's like a 5'3" girl.
Yeah. No, the girl from Scream 5. You remember Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
She was the one who Leo lit on fire in the end.
Oh yeah.
As he catches on
And
fire in
because
Scream
it was
5.
like the same. Did that get released out the same year?
No, Scream 5 was released in last year, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was released in 2019.
Huh. Yeah, that is. She got burned twice.
You know,
And she was screaming too, wasn't she? Was it? Didn't she like? Because she falls into the pool, but her face is all messed up, and she screams.
she
And
went
then
through
like
the
in
glass, pretty much.
yeah, and then Scream 5, it's the same thing. Your face is all messed up after being like burnt alive in the freaking oven. Dang, that girl can't catch a break.
No, I just found that hilarious. And I was like, oh, shoot. She got burnt twice.
Burnt twice.
She didn't die in Scream 5 due to being burnt.
No, she died. She didn't die?
General Ortega shoots her in the head.
Oh, that's right.
Because
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
running towards them, and then General Ortega shoots
That's
her.
the part where she starts screaming. I forgot. Huh. Damn. You really got to shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
Which they don't do that in this newest one. She stabs him like to death.
No, she shoots the girl in the head. She shoots
No, was
Quinn.
did she shoot I can't remember. She doesn't shoot the detective, does she?
No, she just stabbed him through the eye, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then like
What was your opinion on that? Like her dad trying to like get her to become a killer and all that. Do you think that was necessary, or do you think that was like too much?
that
What was
adds on.
your thoughts?
I feel like that adds on to the character in a way, because like, okay, this character's dad is a serial killer, like, and you can obviously tell it played like a huge effect on her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she kept it a secret because she felt if people knew who her dad was, they would like look at her differently.
Which they did. Well,
Which they did.
yeah, they did.
They did. Fuck them. But still,
Oh snap!
like I I felt it was like it's added to the character in a way. But I kind of hope like it does seem like she moved on from that now, and I hope it's not revisited in the sequel. If they do a sequel, I hope it's not revisited.
Yeah. I wonder what they're gonna if they're gonna make one of them like a news reporter. God, I wonder if Courtney Cox is gonna come back for the next one. If she does, if they do a next one,
Who knows?
I think she might be done with the franchise.
Like apparently, like it was rumored that she wasn't going to be in this due to scheduling conflicts, but she was in it. So it's like I wonder if like she was supposed to have more scenes, but yet wasn't able to do it.
You think so?
Uh maybe. And I wonder what was supposed to be Sydney scenes too, because she was originally supposed to be in this too, but she was like, "Yeah, no, you're not." Like,
Yeah, you're
she's
not. You told me that they're not paying her enough.
yeah, she's like, after everything I'd done for this franchise, what they were offering me, I just couldn't accept. But I don't blame her. She was the face, pretty much, the main one in the franchise for this.
They should have killed her off. I'm just kidding, but it would have made more sense why she wouldn't. I mean, it kind of makes sense why she's not here anyways, because this does take place in New York.
They did mention that, they mentioned like Gail mentions that she contacted Sydney and that she's in hiding with her family.
Yeah.
That in the film.
So also with it being in New York, I wanted to get into that with you. What was your? This is the first time it takes place out Woodsboro. Where's it?
Woodsboro, yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time the Scream movie takes place out of the original village and all that. What was your opinion on how they use the scenery and all that? What do you think about that?
So it's not the first time the Screams took place out of Woodsboro, because
What are
Scream
you talking about?
5, Scream 3 took place in Los Angeles.
Scream 3.
Because that took place on the movie set of
Is it the
Stab
one with the
3.
brother?
Yes.
Huh.
That was in Hollywood, Los Angeles.
Yeah. That was like where she finds out she has a brother, right? It
Yeah.
was the killer. That was
So
That was a weird one.
yeah, that was like that one did.
Anyways, yeah, okay. I guess this is not the first time, but it takes place in the East Coast.
With it being in New York, like it was interesting. We do see
I
some
hear a
stuff.
lot of complaints. Like I think you're the one that told me that a lot of complaints that they didn't really use the scenery that much, which I can
And
see. But they did. The subway was a pretty nice touch. The
yeah, there of
apartments.
course their subway, the apartment. Yeah. I don't know. I think they should have done something in Times Square pretty long.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But alley kills. The alley kills are also pretty cool.
Yeah, but like Times Square, just imagine just them in Times Square, like trying to navigate through Times Square. It's like there's just a bunch of ghost faces. Because Times Square is crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel
That would have
like
been cool.
and like Times Square just screams New York.
Maybe people wanted something bigger, but it was different for sure.
But yeah,
I
I
don't
do.
know.
Like with the subway, subway I definitely too. So it's like I
Yeah,
think
the
that
subway was really I think one of my favorite scenes of all the franchise. It was so like how you were saying before. It was like so intense, so suspenseful.
and like one thing I noticed with ever since like the fifth film was how like it
Yeah,
leans more towards the suspenseful, tense stuff. While like with the original four, it was a bit comedic in a way. Was like
I can see that.
it moves toward like I don't want to say comedic, but it's like self-aware more. While this franchise like with starting with 5 and onward,
Yeah,
it's still self-aware, but yet they made it. At times, it feels like it's like, oh shoot, like this is pretty suspenseful. This is pretty tense. Like, who's getting stabbed? They're like, holy crap! You
I
get what
hear
I
you,
mean?
man. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I like that they changed it and it was taking place. It made sense why they would be in New York, how they wanted to move out and they were like going to college and all that, and how they all stick together. There was
I
like a
like how
part
they.
where the core four they said like we all decided that we'll stick together no matter what. That's why we all decided to come to New York to go to the same college.
I like that. I like that.
Also, how the oh we forgot to mention about how the killers like planned everything. How they were
Yeah.
saying that it was so easy to become one of y'all roommates. All I had to do was like answer a call on Craigslist or some shit like that. I
Yeah, that's
forgot.
what Quinn did, and then Ethan, the dirty guy, he was like, "Oh, all I had to do was just bribe him to like let me stay with you." And yeah, they changed their names. It was just so like Jesus, these people need professional help.
For sure, man. Oh,
Like, oh, we want to finish what Ritzy started. Like, so you're condoning that your son was a serial killer?
crazy one too. A fucking psychopath.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, now one thing I want to talk about was like pretty much the shrine, the building with all of the
All
memorial
this
memorabilia
memorabilia.
from
Yeah, me messing it up. Damn it. Memorabilia.
from like all of the previous Scream films, and like like the weapons that for some reason the weapons are still covered in blood.
Yeah.
Each of the Ghostface costumes and masks, um, like the It's like pretty much Sydney's clothing. You get see fought in. You had Kirby's clothing that she got stabbed in. Like it just adds a lot of tension and like
What was your
especially Kirby was
favorite
looking
thing to see
probably the
in the huh?
probably the Ghostface suits. I thought those were like pretty cool. Like how they were like full on mannequins in a way. It was like, but at the same time, it was like one thing I liked
Yeah,
was like how the artwork that was
excuse me.
kind of like shown too. I thought that was interesting.
My favorite thing to see was I think you mentioned to me was a TV that they used to kill the. Do you remember
Yeah,
the TV?
too.
Who,
Yeah,
the one where they ended up killing the kid. The was it the virgin or the girl, Mindy?
version.
But that TV was also used in the. I think you told me it was the fourth one or the second one.
First one. That was the one that killed. That was what killed Saggy.
Shaggy. That's what you told me. Damn, bro. It's been a while. I seen these movies when I was a kid, man. I barely remember them, but yeah,
Was them
that was
all.
probably my favorite thing to see.
I watched them all. And I fell in love with the franchise.
Yeah, for sure, man. But overall, I guess we should give a rating. What would be your rating for the movie?
9 out of 10, to be honest.
I would have to agree. Yeah, 9 out of 10, bro.
It's like the acting mode, like of everyone acted their butts off.
Probably one of yeah. I say 9 out of 10. It was really good. I was not expecting to like this movie as much as I did.
Yeah, like honestly, I agree. I don't know, like I just thought, oh, this is gonna be really good. I don't know how good. I didn't expect it to be like, okay, I this is definitely up there with the original now.
Oh yeah, better than
And
the one that last year.
I feel like those two can easily switch, but at the same time, I really like those two.
Yeah,
But no, with Sam Carpenter, the character, the actress who portrayed her, I felt she really like stood out more in this film, especially in the end when she's like when she fights the cop guy. It's
yeah.
like, oh, ho, ho, okay, I think I'm in love.
Oh wow. I don't know. I thought I was gonna like Jenna Ortega's character more, but I did end up liking Sam's character way more. I mean, she's the star of the film, technically
Like
speaking.
I think I like Jenna Ortega's character more in the previous film. Yeah, she's still like pretty really good in this film, but just Sam stood out a lot more.
Yeah, I can see that, man. 9 out of 10. Sam stood out really well.
But
Best kill of the movie was definitely for me the apartment one where the Nika fell.
Anika, yeah. What would
Poor
be your
girl.
ranking? Like, I know you
Uh,
didn't see them all, but like, what would be your ranking?
Ranking out of all the
Yes,
movies,
out of all the movies,
I don't
the
know,
ones that
man.
you've seen at least, because there's 6 in total.
I would have to say hmm, I don't know, man, because I really like this one. I don't know if I can compare this one to the original one, but I'll just go with the original one for first place.
Right.
Second place, I would have to go with
This one.
which is the one with the brother?
Third?
Okay, I'm trying to think because the second one, which was the one? What happened? Which the second one wasn't the brother one, right? That was the
No, no.
one with the.
Billy's mom was the killer in that one. In the second.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna just go with the ones I can remember. The first one I really liked a lot, so I'm gonna put that number one.
Okay.
Scream 5 or Scream 5. No, Scream 6. This one that just came out. Put that number 2, and then Scream 5, and then the one where she has her brother. She finds out she has a brother. That one, and then the one with I guess Scream 2. I don't know. I like Scream 3 maybe because I was a kid.
Hmm,
I don't know why, but I like that one better than Scream 2.
okay.
And then that's it. That's all I can remember. I know there's like a number 4 where Kirby was in it. I can't remember that one at all.
That one was pretty good. Okay, so
I can see because they brought back that character. It must have been really good, man.
all right, my ranking, number one,
Yeah.
the original Scream. That was what started it all, and I felt like nothing beats it in a way.
No.
No.
Go
Then
on.
number two would be Scream 6.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know, it just felt like it was like different, but yet, of course, the plots of a requel kind of like, in a way, like doing some stuff, I guess, somewhat similar to the second Scream film, but like much differently when it's different at the same time. It felt fresh and unique too.
Yeah.
And I just felt like some of the characters stood out a lot more, and we got more of the characters too. Like, yeah, Cassette and Mindy were like, they're like, okay, these characters are interesting, and then we see more of them in this film. Then in third place is Scream 5. It was great to see the originals back, even though like not all three of them had a scene together, and Dewey's death could have been done a bit differently, but yet I did really like Ritzy. I thought he was a great character. I wasn't shocked that he was
That's the
Ghostface.
boyfriend, right?
Yeah,
Huey.
never Dewey.
Huey.
Huey.
Poor Huey. Can't get a break.
And we get introduced to these great brand new characters, and like, it started like I felt this was kind of like what maybe the franchise needed to like fully continue on in a way, because like if it continued to like focus on like Sidney Prescott, Gale, and Dewey, it would be like, I don't know, I feel like it was just gotten old. It was like there was just someone's constantly going after them.
Yeah.
So, and then in fourth place would be Scream 2.
You didn't
Like,
like that one?
I liked it. Liked it. I still
Yeah, I
liked
mean, you
it.
put it in 4th place. I'm surprised
It's
you put
six
it.
films.
Okay. Okay. Go on. My bad. I don't want to interrupt you.
In my opinion, this might be one of the most underrated ones, because it's like it's still like, even though it's not as good as the original, but yet it's still really good, and it continues off with what the original was. Follows the tropes of like a slasher sequel and everything, and it just stands out a lot in a way. It's like it had its moments, it had its fun moments, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good, in my opinion. And like I mentioned, it's the underrated one within the franchise. And in fifth place, even though this film is still pretty good and had a very great plot twist that was like not predictable, I would have to, it would be Scream 4, the one that introduced
Kirby.
Kirby.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because it's like I really like this film. Like, I'm not gonna lie, some of the motives behind the killer could have been better, but yet I don't know, just like had a great plot. Like the characters were great. So, and it worked. And then in last place is Scream 3. Like,
Oh damn.
I don't hate it, I don't love it. It's like it has stuff I liked, but yet, yeah, I don't know. It's like I kind of wish they didn't kill off some of the new characters. It obviously sets up for more, but yet it felt like it got cold feet, and it like didn't, and so it's kind of like felt weird, because like in the film it's setting up for like, oh, there's definitely like two Ghostface killers, and then all of a sudden
Just one.
It says 1, even though like it literally sets up. And what was cool about this film though, it has a cameo from Jay and Silent Bob.
I didn't think you knew who they were. I didn't think you watched Clerks.
I didn't, but I know who they are.
Kevin Smith, baby.
And it had a cameo from Carrie Fisher, who was Princess Leia.
I didn't know that. Who did she
Yeah.
play?
She's like this one lady in like the basement area of like Hollywood, where they go in to like investigate, like
Yeah.
try to like find information on an actress.
Okay.
So, but yeah, overall, yeah, that would be my ranking. It's like, yeah, I think that would be.
You really became a good fan of or a big fan of the Scream franchise.
Honestly, yes, and I'm glad
Is
we
this your
got those
favorite-
posters.
Okay, is this your favorite horror movie franchise now?
Yes.
Oh
Even though I
boy.
haven't seen a lot of the other franchises, but I have to say that this is probably my favorite one.
Okay. All right. I don't know what else to say, but
Yeah, I guess that ends the podcast. Well, this episode of the podcast, and thank you for listening to this episode of Journey into Fantasy, where we talked about Scream 6, talked non-spoilers, talked spoilers, and ranked them all. What is your favorite Scream film, and what are your thoughts on Scream 6? Let us know in the comments. Check out our socials in the description if you're listening to this on YouTube. And yeah, thank you for watching.
yeah, guys, thank you again. Make sure you click that like button. This is your second reminder to click that like button, and thank you for joining us on our journey into fantasy.